When you're neurodivergent and really empathetic, it's easy to become an extension of your partner's executive functioning. We see them struggle and we want to make their lives easier. Maybe because they never had someone do that for them before. Maybe because their parents did it too much for them and we're stepping into the role their parents once filled. Or maybe we do it because it makes us feel useful and we were taught that it was a type of love. But over time, and what brings people to couples counseling, is that this executive overfunctioning for your partner has gone from a voluntary act to an expectation, to a burden, and it's causing resentment to brew. Sometimes this comes to a head because the person who's been relying on their partner to extend their executive functioning realizes it and says, wait, this isn't fair, you shouldn't have to do all of this for me. And other times, the harder times, the person doing the extra functioning for their partner is starting to feel tapped out. They're starting to burn out, especially if it hasn't been out of an excess capacity. It's been from a well of sacrifice. This is a pivotal period in the relationship because it can't continue in the same way. When it's reached this point of resentment, the person doing the extra executive functioning for their partner either continues to burn out and further lose capacity such that they can't function for their partner anymore, and they begin to not be able to function for themselves. This shows up in signs of physical stress, pain, sickness, autoimmune disorders. And there is a bitter self-righteousness, this medal of valor in the sacrifice that can be hard for the person who's been over-functioning for their partner to see and admit. If they choose to stop, do they just stop and blow up the relationship? That's another fear that we confront in couples counseling. If I'm not this person who functions for you, who makes your life easier or better, will you still love me? How does the person react who's no longer receiving the support? Did they even ask for it in the beginning? Or is it something that was offered and they thought it was a gift? Have they become reliant on it? And or do they secretly wish that their partner would let them fail? That they resent their partner for constantly filling in the gaps. And they've long felt that if they didn't receive the help, that they would be punished. In this period of the relationship, as the extra executive functioning support is withdrawn either by choice or because it has to be, the partners have a couple of options. They can call it quits, which can be devastating for both parties, or they can continue to go through turmoil, either separately, or they can see that it's a common turmoil that they have to struggle through together, that to be a healthier version of themselves in their neurodivergent relationship, that each person has to be better about understanding, asking for, and meeting their own needs, not automatically offering help without being asked, and not automatically expecting to be helped without asking. At this time in the relationship, it's important to identify what the executive dysfunctions are that the one partner has been shoring up or compensating so that the person who's been relying on their partner has an opportunity to develop the skills to meet their own needs. Is this something that you're struggling with? I'd love to hear what you're going through.